Welcome to Red Pill Diaries. I realise this topic that I've already raised once before, I'm just doing a video, that I already raised before, is going to make me look like a nutter, like someone who's paranoid, schizophrenic. So, if you watched an episode a few weeks ago where I spoke about all the things fucking up around me, all the electronic stuff, like, for example, when I bought this, of course, if I had not thrown the receipt away, this would never have happened, but the thermostat doesn't work because I threw the receipt away. Same as I threw the receipt away for this thing here. So this one I had to kind of retrofit to make this thermostat work. Isn't that weird as well? Completely different item, you know. Today, my washing machine fucked up randomly. Washing machine and dryer in one, right? Just randomly fucked up. Look at this. If I put in the plug, watch this. If I put it the different way around now, it's alternating current, shouldn't matter. Oh, that's weird. Okay, the power from the house tripped out every time I switched it around, but nevertheless, it doesn't work. You know. So the weird thing is, I mentioned this a while ago. The microwave in the bus out there, for example, it fucked up. It started sparking when I put peas in it, so I took it back, and I had one of the ones with the grill on top of it. So the microwave I've got here's got a wee grill in it as well, right? See? And so I take it back. They take about 3 months to do nothing. And I said, look, you can't give me apparently you can't, this is the way it is over here. They never give you a refund. You have to fuck you around first of all. And you take the thing back. They never ever fix it. And then eventually they give you basically a refund credit. It's the same thing every single time. But this time they said, oh no, so we just replaced it instead. They give you one, I get it home, it turns out it hasn't got the grill. They're giving me a cheaper one, it's like $30 cheaper. I just don't care, fuck it, I put it in my bus. You know what happens? The wheel, the little turntable turns, it's brand new. It sounds like a 60-year-old microwave, except for the fact that when you buy these old sharp microwaves, they're still working perfectly fine after all these years, you know what I mean? So what I really, really want to get is kind of just go back in the past. Oh, don't forget the TV that took me 3 days to set up, and I had to reinstall Android 3 times. And even now, this stupid piece of shit remote control here, this thing here, it's got some kind of motion switch inside it. So you've got to have it flat when you use the keyboard, but it just doesn't work all the time. So I'm using, a girlfriend happens to have the same kind of TV, but she has a more simple remote. This works better on my TV than my one for my TV. Just because why not? So, oh, and don't forget my fireplace that just started billowing out fire from the corners here, so I was going to weld it all up. But the average person wouldn't have to do any of this stuff, you know? I don't know, as I said back in that video a few weeks ago, it makes it sound like I'm a whinging, moaning person who's like, these things happen in everyone's life, Craig. Do they though? Do they? Do the situation that happens like when I was crossing the border from Scotland to England a few months ago in my car, and a freak accident where basically a plastic bag from Iceland, because you always have plastic bags floating around in England all the time. So I'm driving, and next thing I see this bag swirling around in the air, and then woof, gets sucked in under. I look in my rearview mirror, sure enough, doesn't come at the back, and I thought, typical my luck, I bet it'll wrap around the fan belt. No, it didn't. It sucked into a tiny little crack where the belt in it, like an inspection hole or something, where the not the crankshaft pulley, what's called the timing belt wraps around. It got wrapped around that, sucked it into it, and then made the belt skip to teeth, which then mashed all the valves, so I had to completely redo the top end of the engine when I was in London. This is just a sample of the shit that goes wrong. Oh, there's this the famous lawnmower here, where I had to order the battery 3 or 4 times because the first battery I got lasted 6 minutes, second one lasted 20 minutes, and then I was able to get a different battery that had a higher amp hour rating. And even that arrives at doing 10 minutes less than it should, but now has started working properly. Weird, it's got full capacity now. It literally is oh, there we go, the camera there, right? So got a couple of these, gave one to my friend. You see this one's following me around, it is actually working. But, well, kind of. Gave my friend one of them. Oh, his one's fucked up now. It took ages to set up. And when I got it set up, he was like, look, Craig, don't worry about it. It's just, I know, he's got similar luck to me. And then, because I know what I'm doing, you know, I used to have a networking company, you know. Anyway, I just repeated the setup procedure about 50 times and eventually it worked. So with things like computers, they're meant to be logic, ones and zeros. It's either 1 or a 0. So 110, 110, right? It is what it is. So when you talk about things working and not working, it shouldn't be random, because it's not, you know, it's not based upon feelings. It's based upon, is something a yes or a no? It's about gates and switches, you know, and about values. If something's a 6 is not an 8. You know, it's just the way it kind of works with computers. Yet the situation is, I randomly repeat the same thing again, which is insanity, repeating the same thing and expecting a different result. No different result happens. I end up getting this thing working. It couldn't handle it. It was working for 3 solid weeks, so it had to just malfunction and break. My one's still working. The pump out there for the water, I've got a kind of like a French drain out the back here, so it doesn't overflow. Because I don't want to have, no, get this right. So I have moisture rising, you see here, because the council, the manhole cover there, the pipe, the company that put in, the company that got paid by the council to put in all these pipes around here, they didn't burn it in all the way. It runs 1 foot. They probably thought no one was ever going to live in this house and do it up, so they just didn't bother plumbing it in. So then I had to move everything towards the drain and the other side over there. And I'd already put down this, so now I can't go plumbing stuff in. It's a pain in the ass, the amount of work that I had to do just to even get this side in. Let me show you. I had to bring in, there's a drain that comes down from this one here, right? So I had to take that back even further so I could serve the other side of the house. Now I'm kind of overwhelming the drain, if you like. That smaller pipe that comes there is from that drainage pit. But basically, I think that besides all this, there's a leaking pipe from the council. But to prove that, I need to kind of get all these things plumbed in first, so I'm not draining. Well, I'll show you quickly. I'm just going to show you how ridiculous this luck is with these sort of things, right? So this one here, I need to bring that across to here, and then that'll be everything in the house going down that one pipe at the far end, instead of this one going down where it should have been going to the pipe that should have been here and isn't, right? But you know, of course, why wouldn't it go wrong? So what ended up happening is I didn't have this pump broke, of course, on purpose. So when this overflowed here, it kind of gave me that rising damp that you see in the kitchen. Because why not? You know what I mean? Believe me, the list does go on, like the thermostat, and this doesn't work either. So I actually have this on a timer, and I use it as a beer fridge. What else is there? Look, there's a shit ton more, but I think you get what I'm talking about. When you mention 1 or 2 things, like, yeah, okay, no, everyone gets this kind of luck. I'm talking like everything I buy, it's the wrong shit. It's I go to IKEA, I'll get part 13 and 26 missing. You know what I mean? I didn't do that on purpose. I did actually. Part 13 being the unlucky number 13, which is probably my number. Nah, it's not like I'm having a, what's it called, victim complex. Anyway, it's just fucking annoying. Oh, here you go. When I put these lights on when I was coming from the UK, they're sealed lights, but I thought, shall I put some silicone around here? Nah, it should be fine. They're sealed lights after all. No, water got in. These ones got fucked up at the bottom here, but it couldn't stay. It couldn't. I've got an aversion to things that are not symmetrical. So instead of this one fucking up here on this side and making it symmetrical, so it'd be a half moon there and a full circle of lights here, no, I had to do this light up there. So this one's got a half working, and this middle one here's got half working. Because why not? Why wouldn't that happen? I won't even get onto that shed, but the list goes on and on and on. Anyway, I think I've given you enough of a little sample of this bullshit to show you that I wasn't just saying this, like, 'cause this is what I'm going to get to now. I know I'm a bit all over the place this morning. Basically, Matt from Quantum of Conscience put a video yesterday or the day before about this very thing, about things fucking up for him. I had mentioned it in a video, but I hadn't made a big point out of it. It was just part of my video. But it's out of it to see that others, like me, are getting the same increase in levels of appliances fucking up and electronic devices. Take my two laptops. I'm an IT specialist by trade. Well, that's what I used to do for a living when I was working full time. So project management, but before that, engineering. I know how to fix stuff, right? I know how to fix phones. I know how to fix laptops and everything like that, right? The amount of times my own personal laptop fucked up is just insane. And then in the end, I left it running, came back, and it was just overheated. It's a Dell. My other laptop's a Microsoft Surface. Guess what weird compulsion it started having lately? Just to overheat for no fucking reason whatsoever. It's a completely different brand of laptop, different operating system even. And still the same problem. It's just like, a while ago when I mentioned that, I said, it could be government spyware meant to fuck up the hardware. Because here's a weird thing that happened, right? I had some cryptocurrency on there, probably about $3,000 or $4,000 worth of cryptocurrency on there. Of a crypto, it's just a pain in the ass to put on a hardware wallet. Oh, of course, that one fucked up just before I was planning to move it to a hardware wallet. It's a pain in the ass to put on a hardware wallet. It's called Monero. So that's why I'd kind of delayed doing it. Well, the backup code, I took a screenshot of it so I can't get it wrong. The backup code just doesn't work when you restore the wallet. I mean, it's meant to be impossible for that to happen, but it doesn't stop it happening. So there you go, right off, unless I can get this. Basically, in my friend's place down south here, we took the solid state drive, we made a clone of it, just so I can fuck about and see if I can get the operating system to work. Because I've tried to access it from a different computer, I can't get it to access the wallet. With the backup not working either, that means I'm almost locked out of it. I've got one more thing to try, and then I've got to write off the basically $3 or $4 grand of crypto that it is. There you go, you see. There is actually more. Telephone, this phone, I think I've said a few times, this phone and the other one that I've used for filming my episodes on Cryptoversity and on this channel as well. The weird things that they were doing a while ago, I've lost count of how many damaged, I was going to say SD cards, yeah, my dash cam, just randomly now, every single card you put in it, it fucks the card up, every card you put in it now, just so you haven't got any footage of, I don't know, if someone pulls out in front of you, whatever. Just always seems to be something convenient going on to set me up for some other bullshit. Just like every time you look around the ground, what's this piece of paper here? Oh, it's something for a can of beans. I fucking look later on. What the fuck's in my pocket? It's the fucking can of beans receipt again. But you try to do that with something in your house worth $1,000 that's fucked up. That receipt will never ever be in the spot that you even put it, let alone kicking about your feet and ending up in your pocket randomly and flying in your face like every other receipt does. I'm just saying it starts to feel a little bit like you're living in some kind of crafted reality that's just there to mock you and to well, let's say this is hell, right? And say there's a different level of hell from everyone. Some people have extremely, like, they might not have as bad luck as me in some areas, but they'll never have the fortune that I do, because I have good fortune, which outweighs my bad luck. When I have extremely good fortune, like when I was younger, I'd made good money in real estate. And anytime the shit went wrong for me, like my car fucked up, I just threw money at it. Fuck off. But then more things would go wrong. But I had enough money to just keep on throwing money at stuff and going, you can't fucking take away my happiness. But then more and more shit would go wrong all the time. And eventually life kind of crumbled down. And then I went down a spiraling descent in life down fucking nowhere. It's happened about 3 times to me. It happened 3 times. Oh, weird, the 3. So I just have to point out all these things, that the guttering situation, don't even get me started on what happened when the wrong parts arriving and all sorts of shit. But anyway, that's to add on to this situation with the council not having brought in the services correctly. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on, right? But yeah, let's say when they describe hell, the place of eternal torment, it doesn't necessarily have to mean like torment as screaming, and maybe for some people in the world it is like that, like the children that people like Epstein and the Clintons kidnap and hold prisoner. But for others, it might be just different levels of torment, right? But it feels like that. It feels like things always have to fuck up just a little bit of an annoyance here, so that things can't be perfect. My friend Rico, that was it. He was talking the other day. It's like nothing can ever be perfect. He said, but lately this is happening to him. More recently, lately, it's like he has this feeling like when you have something to look forward to, you have that happy feeling. Oh, I have something to look forward to. Then you also have another different feeling that you have when something needs to be done, but you didn't get it finished. Damn, what was that thing that I had to do? Well, and you forget about it, right? And then sometimes you find out what it is. Well, just like me, he had these things to do, and then gets rid of them, and then has nothing to do, but yet still has that feeling there that something's to do in the background. I've been getting this as well. So the reason why I'm bringing these up is just in case other people out there are getting this. Are you breaking appliances heaps and having things fuck up at you on a daily basis? Literally just to get in the way of your life. Do you have things planned that you've got I do these little to-do lists, or else I don't get things done, and I put it on my phone and I get them checked off. And sometimes it's almost like something is trying to stop you getting these things accomplished, so it throws you curveballs in different areas. I know I'll fuck up his car, or there you go, my friend had it with his car. And then his wife, that's right, he came around here to the exploding window situation. Fuck. Okay, so if you look down here, so last week, you see these little scratches here. I had a big massive pane of glass. This is going to, obviously I put this in here, this rail, put these deep screws right in the wall, like 6 centimeters deep. I was going to carry that window. I've got these wheels for the bottom, so it would nicely slide. Just everything going swimmingly well. I thought something's going to go wrong here because it's going too well, you see. I'll pick up the glass, and then it's like, for some weird reason, this is in the way. That one there's not for some reason, but this one is. It's like, how can that happen? So maybe I'll have to take the door off and adjust these little things that hold it on, even though they're positioned exactly in the middle, where they should be. As I go to lift it to take it off, I'm holding it in the air, and a noise happens. It goes ding, boom! The whole thing explodes, goes in the fucking room, right in the bathtub, fucking even on top of this fucking thing. I don't know how. It spreads everywhere. Went on top of this rail, right through that other room, all the way in the kitchen here, fucking everywhere, like loaded to explode. And then of course the plug situation, where I had 2 plugs on this one here. Took one off, took it from the packet, go to plug it in, boom! Right? I get 2 faulty sockets. I mean, it just doesn't even happen, that shit in life. But of course it does to me. The more I look around, the more I'll see stuff that it's just like that. I think I told you the toaster situation in the UK one time, where there was a whole pallet of 2 pallets of toasters, and I'm like, I know my luck. So I dig them all out. Again, this happened many times in the UK. Happened with a shaver as well, a wild groomsman. But I took all the stuff out. Right, there you go, right in the centre. I'll take out this one here. I get it home. I go to stick my bread in it. It's fucked. I chose, my lottery winnings came in, my lottery in reverse mode came in, and I got the one that was fucked. Just amazing. There is more. I'm just going to stop. I think you get the point now. I won't say anything else. Pretty much everything's had its turn. So it basically means that life is always good, because I'll just keep on striving to overcome these little obstacles that come. But the sheer volume of obstacles that I get, and the likelihood, I mean, based on normal probabilities in life, when it's like taking matches out of a matchbox and striking them and saying, right, of these 30 or 50 matches in here, maybe 2 or 3 won't strike. It's like getting them and everyone doesn't strike. You know what I mean? And someone else grabs it and it does. It drives with the first one and it strikes. Anyway. It just starts to feel a little bit unnatural, and like you are being just teased in life. You know what I mean? Just to make you go, I don't know. Maybe some people would drive them over the edge. Not me. I'm used to this. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. That's been Red Pill Diaries. I've been me. You've been you. Let's end this.